Wonderful. Hey, I know it's late. I really appreciate everyone coming out and watching the presentation on what's going on in Litewallet. So let's get started. The truth about Litewallet. So there's a lot of information that people attribute to the basically origination. So, let me go through all this stuff. So Litewallet is open source. Anyone can go and look at the code. And the point is, we want to make sure that people see we're honest about what's going on in the code base. Second is the basic dev principles that basically say we're doing code reviews, we're doing PRs. This is very typical for the commercial space. But we also need to protect our partners, right? So we have an open source code base, but we also have private entities that need to keep their secrets safe. So we're not showing that stuff in the open source, but the point is we have a competition with all the other wallets out there. Our main mantra is to make sure that all the folks that are getting into crypto are able to use Litewallet easily. We're only funded by the foundation and donations. So basically, we're a nonprofit. We're part of Litecoin Foundation. So that's really important. So what I wanted to do is summarize what we're trying to do with Litewallet, which is it's designed to help people use Litecoin in a safe and easy way while leveraging the integrations our partners offer. And that's it. What I did here is I took a clip of your typical activity, the heat map of all the use of Litewallet across the world. So this is one sample. And over a month, we have a lot of different countries using it. So the goal is if we can get 2 to 3 more users in Litewallet, we can be self-sustaining. So this is really important. So this is an interesting thing that people still talk about, which originally we had the blue coin, and you can see in all the Litecoin Foundation thing. But the reality is if you go on the Play Store or if you go to the App Store, there are about 30 different apps using that. Right? So what we had to do is say, okay, let's make it distinctive, but people know that it's from the Litecoin Foundation. We actually did a lot of work. Charlie and I and the Litewallet team basically went through a lot of iterations, and so we like it quite a bit. Originally, Litewallet was called Loaf-Wallet, and that was because it was a fork of another wallet. But the problem is it's really hard to explain to people what Loaf-Wallet means. So that's where the name came from. Okay, I'm really excited about this because it used to be that there were only a few people working on the Litewallet project. I joined in 2017, and it was me and Loesch, and then it was Barry and I. And as we started closing a lot of bugs and fixing stuff, we got more users. So you have more users, you have more bugs, and it became pretty hairy pretty soon. So I'm very happy to talk about the team now. We have 9 folks in data analysis, design, software, and customer support. First things first, we have Leon. So Leon actually just got his master's in data analysis at UC San Diego. He also does support. So he's looking at, he actually does modeling of Litecoin itself. He also looks at the activity, and he tries to figure out how can we get information to our users. Next, design and marketing. So Ori's probably the longest standing team member in Litewallet. Ante just joined, and he's from Croatia, and he basically did these wonderful slides. I'm so happy about them. What Ori does is he fixes all the stuff in the Play Store and in the App Store so that when we have updates, he's setting it all up. It's quite important. Software and systems. So I've got Gene, who's actually a CTO from another company, and sometimes we have big fires. Back end, this always happens. So he jumps in puts the fire out, and he has to do his other stuff. Victor, I worked with a few years ago. He's a great developer, and all these folks have a lot of other things to do. They're getting compensated. So same with Ryan. All the guys are really moving all the code forward, and it's wonderful to have them. Okay, so everyone's wonderful, but these are the real heroes. Patrick, he's our lead, and he's a teacher in Ohio, and basically he handles most of these really tough questions. So now you can go to the support dashboard, file a ticket, and usually it's going to be Patrick responding to it. We also have Leon, I already talked about before, but Claudia actually started the customer support team, and she did all the localization. She's in Spain, and she's a student. So we have a lot of tickets from Patrick. You probably see his name over there. Leon's doing 2 other things. So. Oh, and then it's me, right? I'm not alone any longer. It's wonderful. So let's talk about partners. A lot of folks already know we have Simplex and Moonplay. If you want to buy some Litecoin, you can do it directly in Litewallet. We just had Unstoppable in both wallets, so you can go and check. So say you want to send some crypto to me, you can type in paykerry.crypto, and my LTC address will show up in Litewallet. And it's great. And we've also set up a new way so that you can do your own domain within Litewallet. Okay, so here's the big news. We have a new partner, and I'm really happy to announce Bitrefill. So if you are in beta or if you're in test flight, you can already test this. We're going to do a new version in about a week or so to actually fix all the bugs. But if you don't know, Bitrefill reached out to us about 2 years ago, actually. We had the code. COVID happened. We had a lot of other things going on. So we're really happy that they're in. And they've actually grown so significantly in the last 2 years. So basically, you can go buy an Amazon gift card using your Litewallet crypto. So it's great. So yeah, next week you guys can check it out. So what's next? So Flexa, if you don't know, that's an integration where you can go to like Baskin Robbins or something and use a code to actually pay out of Litewallet. We're working with them. We're going to get a lot more testing going on. The next thing is MWeb. So you guys already probably heard David talk about what's going on. I've already talked to him. And what we want to do is have a plan to do more and more integrations with different versions of Litewallet because it's a big deal. If you don't know, a lot of other wallets now, you can pay with Apple Pay or Google Pay, and we want to try to get that in there as well. Bec32 is really big. This is basically if you're trading from LTC1 to L or M numbers, addresses, I'm sorry. Basically, we need it in Android. We have it in iOS. We need to fix that soon. And then finally, there's a lot of code that's 5 years old. And the problem is when it works, it's great. But when you start pulling things apart, it makes it a lot more difficult to deliver a good product. So we have a lot of stuff on our plate. And so that goes to the next thing, which is we actually need more folks, right? So Litewallet it's part of a nonprofit. Folks are making, they have beer money, right, at the end of the month. So it's not a lot, but the idea is if we can double the number of folks, it would be great. So we've never had marketing, so we want to get an ad manager. We don't have a web developer, and I can't be the only iOS developer. And finally, it'd be great to have an Android developer. Thank you. Please, if you haven't already, you can go to litewallet.io. You can download the app. And thank you so much. Are there any questions, by the way?
Is there a plan to add Omnilight support to Litewallet?
Well, we talked about the key thing is there's actually some work going on with Lowe's, so you probably should talk to him about it. So we have two different silos, so to speak, in the code base. So yeah, definitely talk to him. Yes?
Any Litecoin Lightning support?
So I don't want to steal thunder. Something's going on right now, and I know they worked on it. So maybe, I think they had a workshop already. So you guys have to talk to Loesch, because he's working on both those things. Yes? Are we done? Guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.